are playing a game of X-Point Old School Magic the Gathering today, and we're very special occasion to see the card Shahrazad get cast and played and trigger a sub-game within the game of Magic. One of the most unique cards ever printed. It can really only be played in Old School. If you're wondering what Old School is or what the X-Point format is, I have a link to another video in the description where I talk about my current deck tech and how you think about building a deck for this format. But for this video, let's just dive right into a game. It's me and Brandon doing some commentary on a game from a recent tournament. Alright, so we're just drawing our cards, and we will play here. So this is an X-Point game.
Another X-Point.
And I am running the Underworld Dreams deck.
Which I'm happy to see again.
I am going to be running that deck a lot. I'll try to make variants of it.
And there it is. Speak of the devil.
And there it is. That's my turn.
That's an odd, the best possible turn one for this deck, right?
For this deck, yeah. Because he automatically, I pass turn and takes a damage.
Right.
Although turn one Savannah Lion.
But you are running Vice in here, right? So I guess turn one Vice is really the best thing as far as initial damage.
Yeah. Initial damage, but you like to get that Underworld on board.
The Underworld is nice to just get out there immediately.
Because it costs,
because it's going to change the way that they're going to play.
Yeah.
Oh, and beautiful Howling Might to follow. Yeah. Oh, yeah, this is, just an ideal setup for that deck. Mm-hmm. Just great.
And he takes 2 damage. You see turn one Savannah Lion, you kind of fear it's a Lion Dib deck, but we'll see what it is.
Well, right now, what is that, a plateau?
Yeah.
So he's got access to white and red. I don't know if you typically run red in a Lion Dib. Oh, Shahrazad.
Yes.
Which is
this is awesome card. Awesome. One of the coolest Magic cards ever printed.
Oh, yeah.
I also say Old School, I think the only format that you can play it. It's banned in Vintage and Legacy and Modern and everything. Well, Modern it wouldn't be, but Vintage and Legacy is banned. It's banned in Commander. I don't know why. You guys don't want to play a sub-game and then
play a sub-game. And that's typically how the game works. So basically that card comes out. This game, as it is now, stops. You take the existing library that you have right there, shuffle up, and basically start a sub-game within this game.
Magic. And whoever loses the sub-game loses half their life in this game.
Right.
So, for instance, I would go from 18 to 9 if I lost.
Such a bizarre
thing. And the other thing that's so cool at this card, again, if you are running, everything that's been cast is now not in the deck. So if you had played out your Black Lotus, or you had played out, like my Underworld Dreams is now, I've just lost one Underworld Dreams.
You have one less Underworld Dreams.
Right, so it's like, if you're going to try to Time Twister, it's just like, it's weird, like, I don't know, granted, this was played early in the game, but I guess there's a world where it's like, wow, we do a sub-game, and I've gotten rid of those guys' good cards. It's just like...
It's so neat.
I know, I really want this for my collection. It's an Arabian Nights cards I don't currently have.
This is a big one to have.
Yeah. And so one thing that also this card, so when you play the sub game, like who goes first, and the rule is that the person who cast it has to randomly choose who goes first.
So the person has to randomly choose who goes first.
Yeah. So in this case, we did a die roll.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best way to do that.
Yes.
I randomly choose myself to go first.
Yes, they leave it up to you.
Mm-hmm.
It's up to you. I do.
I chose myself completely random.
Completely random. What are the odds? I guess you could coin flip.
Yeah, coin flip. Coin flip works too. That's fine.
So yeah, it's just such a unique card, and Old School being the only format that you could actually play it.
It's so neat. It's so neat.
Yeah, it's such a neat thing.
Also, while the mats are empty, let's just like to point out, I like his mat. It's a pretty cool looking mat.
Yeah,
it looks like an ATOG creature.
It looks like like some type of. I have to look up what this mat is later. It's some type of. Yeah, it is an ATOG, but in some type of.
That's a really cool mat.
Burnt out. Yeah.
I love
the mats are it's another a good way to customize your setup,
yeah,
the mat.
Yeah, and they're just pretty to look at when you're playing. someone's taking an hour on their turn, you sit there and just kind of look at your map.
I mean, that's never me. I play so fast. But for other people...
For other people who don't know what the hell they're doing.
Yeah. So we drew 7.
And let the second game of the first game commence.
Yes.
At a factory.
Factory.
Strong start.
And we will have a new life total on screen so people can keep track of the sub-game life total. We'll keep the original life total up there.
That's great.
Yeah. And almost looking like game 1. The Plateau Lion.
Yeah. Not looking as strong for you this time.
Oh, we love. I mean, that first was, like you said, almost the best one of the strongest openings for an Underworld Dreams deck that you could have there.
Right.
But
now, regardless of what happens in this game, at least you know you can go back.
We are going back.
And you still have that opening. No, it's so bizarre. It's so crazy to see.
It's so weird. And anyway, so in this new game, the Pump Knight from Fallen Empires.
A return of the knight.
Yeah.
The knight. From the Order of the Ebon Hand. Which it's actually not a knight, it's a cleric. But everyone just calls it a knight.
Yeah.
Oh, and a dib. So this is somewhat of a lion dib deck.
Dib.
Okay.
So yeah.
Ooh,
now so usually
man.
Yeah, they're gonna run Serendib Efreets, they're gonna run Lions, and they're gonna run Lightning Bolts, Chain Lightnings, and Psy Blasts. I mean that's the core. Now granted he might have a variant, this person may be running a variant of it, but we'll find out.
Yeah, it's always nice, you can have a dib line, but you kind of add your own flair in there, right?
You could really flavor it. Or you could just run a competitive,
Yeah.
So,
Howling
as we say
Mine.
here, Naked, Howling Mine probably signals that I have nothing in my hand good.
Not as of now, and he's going to throw out an ATOG.
No, so that is a Plains that has been altered with an ATOG.
Well, okay, so, all right. Oh, and he is
Plains.
playing with the lands in the front?
In the front,
Okay.
and...
Which is really the old school way, honestly. I see
Disenchant.
a lot of real old school players will do that. They put the lands in front of the creatures and the creatures in the back, which...
I want to say in the early 90s and midnight, some people, that was like how it was originally done.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not...
Yeah. Like I said before, I think it makes sense, especially when you have things like Mountain Walk and Island Walk. They have to walk over the lands.
Yeah, over it.
Oh, and there comes a
So
fire.
just to be clear,
recall.
so I bolted his Savannah Lion on attack. After the Serendib does damage, he recalls.
And I was going to say before, I mean, now that we know he's running blue and he's running dibs, you might see a recall come out, and there it is.
You see a Time Walk, potentially.
Time Walk. And he's showing his, looks like a chalkboard.
He's keeping life total on a chalkboard.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And a Sedge. A vulnerable Sedge.
Vulnerable. And I also just
with a headset on
headphones. They're a 5/5 flyer, the headphone. Okay.
They can only be cast in a sub-game.
Yes, the headphones Sedge can only, yes. Again, gotta read that last page of the rulebook.
It's all on the last page. So now, I think you pass turn.
I pass turn, so it's a 3/3, but I cannot regenerate it.
Yeah, it's a danger zone, man. You just throw that Sedge out there. You have no way of really protecting it, but let's see, what is he doing? He is going to attack with the factory and the dib.
Yeah, he does. We're down to 10. Okay.
And he's going to strip.
Oh, he's going to play a strip.
He's going to use it as a mana to play a second dib. Is that what he just did?
Yes.
A second? Yep. Yeah. So now he's got 2 Efreets.
We're just
scary.
Now we're just in hot trouble.
Yeah. Now, as soon as that second Serendib comes out, that's pretty...
Yeah.
Looking risky.
I like how you said that was an ATOG. It is a Plains with an ATOG alter.
Yeah, with an ATOG. and also it tripped me up because it was in the forefront, So,
yes, in the front.
And that's why I was like, oh, okay, he's playing with all his lines in the front. Okay, I was like, oh, okay, that's very confusing. I'd call the judge. Judge.
But I do know some ATOG decks, they'll run all lands with different artwork of different ATOGs on the lands, so they kind of make a theme.
Yeah. It's a psychological play.
Yeah.
You don't know what's what.
Yeah.
Is it a land? Is it an ATOG?
Yeah. Sweating. Intimidating. So at this point,
looks like you're just sitting there kind of going, I think I'm screwed.
Passed. Yeah. Yes. That is what was going through my head, and I passed. I don't know what it was. Is there a way out for me, is the answer.
You got...
he just disenchanting that Howling Mine was very good from him. Because it kind of...
Volcanic Island, so now he's got, more access to blue and red.
Yep. And that's going to come in for 6, so I'm down to 4. He strips the Badlands.
Ooh. So it looks like we're going to go back to that main game with you having half your life.
Yeah.
Is what it looks like is going to happen. So will you be able to come back from a deficit? Yeah, that's that.
Yeah.
Back to reality.
Yeah, let's go back to that first game where I was doing better.
Yeah, it's like you kind of just went into a
and here we are. We're back in the past.
So now you're sitting here with 9 life. But I mean, you're still it took a real long time to do 9 damage.
Yeah, I mean, it's still big. You drop
still
by
a lot.
9,
I just think it's such a cool, unique mechanic.
Yeah.
It's just so neat.
Now here you also see an issue with the card where we forgot if he had played a land, which he has for his turn. Because we're right back in his turn. He had played a land on his turn, so he's going to have to take the Volcanic Island back. Again, it's like you should write that down to remember, but...
Yeah, write that on your chalkboard.
Yeah. So he goes, okay, wait, he did play a land, he attacked. So I lost half my life, and I get hit by the Savannah Lion.
Ew. Man. But you know what? Even being down 7, you still look to be in a better position.
Yeah. And see how this plays out. Yeah, as you said, maybe is it the funnest way to take out half of someone's life or the slowest way? I think it's fun.
It's fun, and it's super interesting, just because you don't see it very often. It's just
you just don't.
You don't see it often at all.
No.
And that card, that Shahrazad, I think that's a reserveless card, right? So that wasn't reprinted.
I think. No, I think the last time I saw, as of this date, selling for like $400, $500, but it has not been reprinted.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, here comes a city.
A city into
so
a sword.
he should go up to 18 life here for the life total.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he should have 18 then.
Yeah. So he has like 6 or 7 cards in hand here. I think he has 6. He has 6 cards in hand, and I do a Winds of Change.
Ooh.
So with the Underworld.
That's
so here,
good.
life total goes down to 10. He's really at 12.
Should be at 12.
I just add 2. But yeah, but that's a pulling him back down where the game doesn't feel out of reach. Yeah, it doesn't feel out of reach.
No. And that's because, I mean, you started this game off in a pretty strong position, regardless of what happened, how much life you lost in that sub game.
Yeah. And now I'm going to pass turn. He's going to take 2. You're going to do 2 Underworld damage again from the draw. So look at that. How faster that was to do 8 damage.
Did you?
How fast that was.
It's not about efficiency, man. It's
I know,
about style.
It's fun, and yeah, I agree. So
now he officially should be down to 10 life.
He should be, yeah. Just add 2 to him there. But again, 10 to 6. It's like, oh, okay. Actually, and he passed turn.
Yeah. Now I wonder if he's got a decent amount of cards in hand.
Yeah, I think he says 6 because he played. No, he's probably 7. He's got 7.
Yeah, so I don't know. He's just coming up with bad draws here.
Not in that fantasy game.
Not in the
real game.
Not in the fake game.
Yeah. And that's it. And he's gonna disenchant on my end step.
No. Yeah, that was definitely the card to target.
Yeah, and he's going to draw the 2.
So now that mine is going from hurting him to helping him.
Yes.
And what?
This is the white Pump Knight from Fallen Empires.
Oh yes, and this also I don't think I've actually seen this specific art because there's like 600 arts for each card, right?
Yeah, dude, Magic's been doing multiple arts forever.
Actually, that's true.
Fallen Empires
Goes all the way back to Fallen Empires.
But yeah, it just plays the same as the Black Knight. It has protection from black. You can pump it to attack. You can pump it for first strike.
Cool card.
Very cool.
I actually really like the art on this
actually like
card.
this. Yeah, I love this for a card.
Yeah, that looks really cool.
So I'm gonna strip Tundra. He's kind of low.
Yeah. Strip the Tundra, or do you strip the Badlands? Get rid of his red.
Well, that's a plateau.
I'm sorry, plateau. Get rid of his red. I see red. That's all I know. I see the color.
Yeah,
red.
I thought about that, but then he's got the red from the city anyway.
That's true. That's true.
I was like, yeah.
Sedge Scroll comes out, and look at that. It's protected.
And it's protected.
Doesn't that feel good when you can throw a Sedge out there and know that you're somewhat safe?
Yeah. It does. Although it's going to cost me a life, but...
Yeah, I'd rather take the one hit from the life than lose the Sedge Scroll. And that's a banned card that he just played.
That is... Woof! Oh, boy. A great card, though. Crusade, all white creatures. Now, again, that would affect my creatures. So if I get my Savannah line out...
Yeah. No,
it's great. Just
it is a great card.
So good.
No, Crusade is a very good card. But so he's gonna get right now his Pump Knight is looking pretty strong thanks to that Crusade. Mm-hmm. So 3/2, he can pump it to a 4.
Yeah, 3/2 first strike, which he doesn't have enough to. Oh no, he can double pump.
Can he?
So he could make it a 4/1. Yeah, because he could tap the city. Because he could tap 2 to make it a 4/1, and then tap the city to make it first strike. 4/1 first strike is.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about pumping it to make it a 4.
Oh, yeah, no.
Right, no, yeah. No, but he could give it a +1 and then as well give it first strike.
And then, yeah, so it's like, oof.
It's pretty good, but it's still not going to be enough to overcome the Sedge Troll, which has Regenerate.
Sedge Troll.
And a maze comes out. Oh, that maze. Look at that maze.
The dark. We love the dark.
Love the dark. We love the maze. Everybody loves the maze around here.
So I think there's a discussion at this point as when you could activate Regeneration, which is still a little unclear to me.
When you can activate it? Would it matter?
Yeah, do you so declare Sedge Troll as attacker. Do I activate it on attack? He declares the order as a blocker. Then do I activate it? Do I activate it with damage step? When do you activate Regeneration?
Don't you activate it when you? I mean, once it's.
That's what I thought. If anyone listening to this, knows the rules, you let us know.
Yeah.
But apparently, I can activate it on the attack step, and it creates a regeneration shield over it that at the end of combat, it will then automatically regenerate.
Okay.
I believe it was what I was told. I don't know. I always thought, yes, before it goes to the graveyard, at the damage step, you activate it.
So this is a discussion of semantics.
Yeah. The rules, the rule text, which I should know as the person playing Sedge Troll.
Yeah, but what is really in question here? So is he blocking with the order?
Yes.
So then this is where sometimes the semantics of Magic can get just kind of annoying. I feel like it has regenerate. I pay a swamp, the thing regenerates. Does it really matter when you pay?
I know. Right, because what I'm trying to do here is make him tap the city for first strike, so he takes the damage. That's all I want to do, which he does.
Oh, so you're trying to get him? You're trying to bait him into giving the order first strike.
And then, otherwise, it would die to Sedge Troll.
Right, but you can. I believe you can pay the regenerate cost at pretty much any time. Right?
If someone knows, leave a comment. I don't know. Leave a comment. The point is, it does regenerate. He tapped the city. We move on. I don't know. Yeah, I do not know. I will look up the rules.
Judge.
But yes, it was a judge. But yes, it was a bait to activate the city to drop him down a life.
Was he made aware of that fact before he did it? I'm trying to bait you into losing an extra life. Fine. There comes a factory. Oh, a psychic blast.
Now, I remember at this point, I have a fork in my hand.
Ooh.
And the thing is, if you fork Side Blast, it does 2 to you.
Right.
And I have 6 life.
What does he have?
So he should be 7 plus 2. So he's 9.
9. Ooh.
So it does 2 to him, so he's at 7.
Okay. This is getting pretty chintzy now. It's
There's a lightning bolt.
Oh, the ball! I didn't even see the bolt flop out there.
Yeah, I had the fork in hand.
Fork the
so
bolt
again,
in anger as you die.
Oh, honestly, so I mean, he had another crusade. He had a blue blast. He had a counter spell. I mean, I was toasty there. I was toast.
Yeah.
The competitive top tier Lion Dib in old school is a really good deck.
Oh, it's one of the best.
Yeah. So when you have that much, side blast and bolts and chains, like it does so much damage, and then
not to mention your ancestral recalls and
all
the cards.
So we got to see the sub game though. That was super.
You did
cool.
get to see the sub game. That was really cool.
I do want that card. Now imagine playing a 4-player. It's banned in Commander, but imagine playing a 4-player Commander game and making everyone play a sub game.
That would be wild.
That would just. Yeah,
You'll never get invited to another Commander night ever again in that group.
And then it goes back to game 1, and then you regrowth it out of the graveyard and cast it again. Get out!
Just the second time, so you just get kicked out.